In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the top 10 things I learned as an eBay seller. I'm going to go through them kind of quickly so I can get through all 10, but if you hear one that you want to know more about, just let me know in the comments section and maybe I'll do a whole video on it in the future. Hi, my name is Jason Silverstein and this is my 12th week selling on eBay. I'm doing this video from the Bayfront in Sarasota, Florida. The first one on my list is negotiation. All the time I am negotiating with buyers on eBay because I have the option to let them make an offer. And oftentimes they do make an offer. And it's a good chance to make a little extra money without really putting in a lot of extra work. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm selling something for $80 and a person makes an offer of $65. That's not an unreasonable offer. It shows that they're interested in it. If it's something that I really want to sell, I'll just come back at $70. They're not likely to walk away over $5, and they will either accept the $70 or maybe they'll just come up $2. Now you might be thinking, $2? What's a big deal, $2? But $2, if I do 100 transactions or 200 transactions a year, and they all involve negotiations, you get an extra $2, $5, $10 in each one, that really starts to add up. Number 2 is know how you're going to ship an item before you buy it. I made this mistake and I did a video about it. I'll link it up here where you can see the full video. But what I did is at a garage sale, I bought these nutcrackers, just not really thinking about how am I going to ship them. I bought them, 15 of them, and then later on I had to figure out how to ship them, and it involved bubble wrapping each one of them, and they're not that easy to wrap because they're not like a straight edges or anything, so it took me quite some time. And number 2.5 is probably the most important lesson of them all, which is smash the like button. Number 3, another mistake I made, and it's a lesson learned on the nutcrackers, was I did not look at them closely enough before purchasing them because I didn't notice the imperfections. I didn't actually really notice them until I got them ready to ship them or was thinking about shipping them. And on one, I disclosed that on the listing before the buyer bought it, and the other one where I sold a lot of 14, I actually wound up disclosing that after the buyer had already bought it. And I gave her the option to cancel the order and get all her money back, but she still wanted them anyway, and ended up being happy with it. But nonetheless, I really wish I would have noticed those imperfections before I bought them at the garage sale, and maybe I could have gotten it at a lower price, or maybe not buy them at all. Because even though those nutcrackers sold really quickly, and I bought them at a good time of year, but all the time it took me to pack them up and ship them out, I really made no money at all. Number 4 on my list is take your pictures in square mode or 1:1 aspect ratio. You do this because the place that eBay gives you to upload the pictures is a square. So if you start off taking your pictures as a square, it's going to look the best in eBay's listing square. Now on my iPhone, I have the option to take pictures in square mode. I don't know if that's true for all phones or all cameras, but you could also think 1:1 aspect ratio. I don't know a lot about this whole thing. I just know on my iPhone I have that option. And since I've started doing that, it's made my pictures look better. Number 5, you have to learn how to pack and ship items. This seems obvious, but there's so much that goes into it that you have no idea until you actually get into it. You have to know what size box to use, whether you should wrap it in big bubble wrap or small bubble wrap, or maybe wrapping paper is okay, or maybe you don't need a box and you could just use a bubble mailer. When do you know when you need a box? And when do you know that using a bubble mailer is okay? Or maybe just a poly mailer would be okay. There's so many questions that I had when I first started. And as I've been doing this for 12 weeks, I've been able to answer these questions. Sometimes I have to go to UPS and ask one of their associates, what do I do? How do I ship this thing? And they've been very helpful. And they've also been helpful in helping to choose my box. But keep in mind, their boxes are really expensive. One box I bought was $14, another $10. But because they're also willing to help out, it's worth it to me. Number 6 is watch videos from other eBay sellers. You can learn a lot from them. I know sometimes you're watching a 20-minute video and thinking this is a complete waste of time. Well, let's say 19.5 minutes is a waste of time, but for 30 seconds they say something that's really useful to you. They say something that allows you to list your items 5 minutes faster each and every time. Or it gives you an idea that makes you $50 on a sale. That was worth it. Those 30 seconds was worth it. They had to go through 20 minutes. It's the same thing when you're going to seminars. They always say, if you learn one thing, it's worth it. That's the way I look at it with other YouTube videos. So that means go watch all my YouTube videos. Number 7, don't be discouraged if you don't have any sales for a week or you list something and it doesn't sell right away. I know for me, I list something and I keep on thinking, when's this going to sell? But that type of thinking really does you no good. I've had a time where I listed a book and then about 40 days later, it sold and it sold for full price. So sometimes you have to be a little patient. Number 8. Selling on eBay is something that you have to enjoy. If you're doing it just for the money, you won't last long because the money doesn't really come that easily. It takes time. For me, what I really enjoy is waking up in the morning and seeing that something sold at 2 o'clock in the morning or late at night. Obviously, I wasn't working then. I was probably sleeping, and yet I still made a sale and there's money in my PayPal account. That's really cool, and that's what I really enjoy about it. I've always liked e-commerce, and that's the thing that keeps me going. Number 9, update your income report daily or after each sale. I've learned this the hard way twice. The first time I waited a whole month before I started figuring out how to do it, the spreadsheet and all that, and it took me a very long time to do because I couldn't remember what box I shipped and what thing. Luckily, I took pictures of everything. But the fees on eBay, they're sort of all over the place. You gotta hunt and peck for them all. The final value fee, the PayPal fee, this fee, that fee, label fee, they're all over the place. But if you just do it as you go, then you just document all those fees as you incur them, put it in the spreadsheet right away, and it's going to save you a ton of time in a long term. Number 10, selling on eBay is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm sure you never heard that phrase before, but it's true. The positive feedback that you get from selling something on eBay, it comes slow. I'm getting them one at a time, whereas I see other sellers have thousands of feedback. But I'm getting them nonetheless, and that's because I do the very best job I can on each and every item. I list it as accurately as possible. Once it sells, I pack it up nicely, and I ship it out as fast as I can, usually the next day. And I do all this because I'm playing the long-term game. And I want to have as much positive feedback as I can. And also it just makes me feel better to know I am doing the best I can. I would appreciate any feedback you can give me on this video in the comments section. Did you like the outside setting with the water? Did that improve the video for you? It made it a little harder for me to do because it's easier to do it inside where I can control the outside noise that's going on. And it was easy to do more takes inside my own house. But it was a nice change of pace, I thought, for myself and hopefully for you, the viewer. But let me know what you think. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit notifications so you don't miss my next video.